has become the new 20s. When I was younger, I used to always be like, oh my gosh, when I get to 20, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. Because I high-key hated anything like during teenage years. I high-key hated it. It was just a humiliation ritual constantly, and just the snakiness from people, even from me, even like, if oh my god, I was so annoying. Now 30s are new 20s. So I look at people in their 30s and their 40s, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's time to like do whatever and everything like that. But it's an interesting stage because I'm seeing increasingly that my generation are the ones to get married. Like, it's in my age group, are the ones to get married. And it's so interesting because not like 8 times out of 10, if you're in a group setting with some mid 20-year-olds, early 20-year-olds, they'll find a way to discuss relationships in some way, shape, or form. And this new shift has been so interesting to me. And I'm seeing a high key people getting into relationships, the whole discourse about like 50-50, or how should a relationship be, oh, don't trust men, sprinkle sprinkle, it's too much. I feel like, can we talk about something else? But on the flip side as well, like I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about that, the conversations I've been having, and how they can just be so male centered or so marriage focused. The obsession with marriage, and then seeing on social media how people post so much about what's been happening in their marriages. One thing that I will never understand, the women, or more so the spouses, that will post like a story or like something on TikTok, and they'll be like, oh, I asked my husband to pack my lunch today and he only put some crackers in. And people in the comments are like, you know, he's doing that to ensure that you won't ask him to do any more tasks in the future. You know, he's literally utilizing weaponized incompetence to make sure that you don't ask him for anything else in the future. And she's like, no, me and my husband. Or there was even one where this woman left her child with her husband and like his friends. I think she was in the kitchen or something like that. She goes outside into the garden and the child is just there alone. And in the caption, she's like, oh, when you leave your child with your husband for like 20 minutes. So you can't even leave your child alone with your husband for 20 minutes without, I don't know, what's the appeal? What's the appeal? Oh, I think the reason why we're talking so much about relationships and etc. is because we're in a recession. Here's my theory. Economy bad, people broke. People upset, people focusing on societal norms. People thinking, back in the day was more yummy. When we had more tradwives, when men were men, whatever that means to you, we were happier. And that's why you see the whole like tradwife phenomenon pop off. That's why you see the whole like 50-50 conversations. And if you pay it, I'll never forget when this TikToker, whatever you call her, she made a video, like this was a couple of months back, and she's explaining as to how she could only ever be with someone who's in the same educational bracket as her, which I can understand that, kinda. I would say more intellectual bracket as opposed to education bracket, but we honestly move. But the thing that got me is that it wasn't just as if she was saying that, oh, just university solely. She's like, oh, he has to go to a Russell Group University. Now, naturally, people in the comments were upset. My friend was like, yeah, look at the day she posted that video, and look at it, like look at how it's blowing up, because it's around when rent is due. Not saying that her rent is due, just saying that relationship discourse, all that jazz, when people are broke is when they're chiming in. Even right now, there's this whole thing online. People are like, oh, should we be going on coffee dates? Should we be allowing coffee dates? In my head, if you want to drink the coffee, drink the coffee. If you want to get the matcha, drink the matcha. Some things are a bit mad, like the whole concept of walking dates, as in you and the guy just go for a walk. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say, to be honest. Each to their own, of course. And I think people should be allowed to have, you know, the relationship or whatever it is. But the constant talk on a TL is really jarring me. And do we not have hobbies? do you not have things you like to do? And I think that is why you see so many 20, 30, 40 year olds who are a bit much, is because they don't have hobbies. Like when you're younger, your parents or your school make like you have more opportunities to get into sports, you have more opportunities to get into like the arts. Like everything is pretty much free more or less when you're younger. When you get older, it's work or study. What more do you really have to do? And therefore what people do, people have so much time to talk about, oh, 50-50, all this rubbish, blah 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 blah. That's why I don't know, I've been having an itch where I want to get into word searches. Not really an itch. Yesterday I was on a tube and I saw this woman doing a word search, and I just thought, oh my gosh, that's so freaking cool. I remember how I used to read into word searches. What happened to that? So now I want to go on Amazon and buy a word search. Like I've been thinking about, oh, should I get back into crocheting? You know, wouldn't it be so cool to like crochet an entire sweater? Like I'm trying to get back into all the hobbies I loved growing up, and just investing in that, because I think the reason why my mind has so much time to engage in these discussions about relationships or whatever it is, because I had too much free time on my hands. I'm living in a generation where women are a lot more free than we used to be back in the day, and here I am discussing about, oh, he's fine, oh, he's attractive, hello, do we not have more to do in the world? And even the whole that's a lot that's a lot, but even the whole one thing I've also been noticing as well is that if it's not, oh, you're so male obsessed, you're so boy crazy, it's my forehead is not that big for me to be doing that much when we move. It's the whole thing about, oh, I hate men, blah blah blah. But even that, when you think about it, is so male centered, because you're essentially just talking about them like they're living rent free in your head. And I get you're trying to decenter men, but to truly decenter men is to center yourself. Isn't that true? And that's why I'm thinking I'm going to invest more into my hobbies, like crocheting, knitting. I really want to get into martial arts, but it's so expensive. Like, how can one session be 20 pound? I checked online, and that's even the cheapest. If you want to get really good at like jiu-jitsu, karate, all that stuff, I think you have to be going to at least 3 sessions a week. And that's like £60, and I already have a gym membership as well. So what am I supposed to do? I really wish I lived in a country where the martial arts were not extraordinary. What I mean is, obviously, because I live in the West, like it's not common to, oh, is that, that's not okay. What I mean is that it's not specific to our culture, therefore it's harder to get access to it. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. As opposed to, like, if I was in Brazil and I wanted to learn Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I feel like it'd be easier for me to do that because I'm literally in Brazil. Yeah, hobbies. What hobbies are you guys into? I need to, I don't know. And I've been feeling like I've been bedrotting so much. Like in the past week and a bit, I've somehow made my way to season 3. I'm even finishing season 3 of Grey's Anatomy. Tessie, you used to go outside. Like that's why I think I need to find a way to touch grass. Because I'm so, I think I think saying avoid is a bit dramatic. I don't know. But I'm in this place where I'm thinking, okay, Tessie, go on solo dates, you know, sign up for that Pilates class by yourself. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, I need to connect with people around me. It's like that balancing act is quite interesting. And the pocket is not permitting me to go on like 2 solo dates a week and also go out with my homegirls at the same time for boba. Like the pocket is not there as of yet. Is it crazy to go to the cinema by yourself? Like, by yourself? Is it crazy to go to the cinema by yourself? Because I've done that on several occasions, and I've had friends be like, oh yeah, I can never do that, or go on like a dinner date by oneself. I can definitely do that. I've done it multiple times and I didn't feel any way about it. It can feel a bit awkward because I remember the first time I went, it was to go see Little Mermaids. And the demographic of people that were there, it was very much like parents and their kids type of thing. And here's me, you know, with my toffee popcorn and my chicken wings. Yes, I brought chicken wings to the movie theater. and you have a bunch of kids singing under the sea, and I was like, no, you do that, you do that. This is another side point. The movie industry is annoying me for several reasons, to which I'll unpack. Number one, I'm tired of seeing all the same faces. I'm not gonna drop any names because I don't want to get. I can't even get canceled at this point. Let's be real. You have personality actors and you have actors and you have some people who are in between. To give you an example, like an actor, I would say that Christian Bale is an actor. Put him in put him any script and he will act his socks off. Viola Davis is an actress, as in the way she can make me feel crazy. But not to say that people who are personality actors or actresses cannot also be good actors. An example is like Zendaya. I would say I really like Zendaya. I love Zendaya. Like, I think she's an amazing person and she has a career that's very squeaky clean. Like, I can't name a single negative thing about her. And I think it helps her to get booked because she's not going to be controversial whatsoever. She also acts as well, hence why I put her more in the middle. But there are definitely some people in society that are just getting booked because either they're pretty or they're really well liked. And if I'm watching a really intense emotional scene, why am I saying iPhone face? That's my issue with it. That's the first one, about seeing the same faces over and over in like Hollywood. The second thing that kind of irks me is I feel like the writers in the room are focused, the shock value they're trying to aim for can be achieved in better writing, as opposed to you giving me a really graphic scene of someone being like essayed or something like that. And you're thinking, yeah, there's a Grammy right there. But you can focus on other ways to make a scene intense, like the aftermath of an essay or the aftermath of somebody dealing with cancer. I would personally love to see that in a movie. Like, because most of the time I'm seeing like all these sad movies about people dying and stuff, and I get it, like death is very sad, but can we focus on like the families that have to like basically champion, encourage their loved one to continue to fight cancer? Seeing that angle would be quite intriguing to me. But I feel like a lot of the movie directors, writers, they're so focused on trying to shock me so much, and it's getting overplayed. Like, if you kill the character so many times, or if you make the character go through so many plights that are just like, it's very physical as opposed to emotional, I'm kind of tired. Number two. Number three, the remakes. Yeah. I can definitely tell that the introduction of AI to the film movie industry is ruining our attention spans, ruining our creativity, ruining everything. Whenever I go and see movies now, I feel like they're doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm not excited to go and see the movie, because what annoys me as well is that I can more or less pinpoint as to when the card is gonna die. I can pinpoint as to when, the issue will be resolved. I can pinpoint more or less like who the back character will be, because they are copying each other and doing the same thing. Like, it's the same formulas over and over again. Like, shock me in a way that I don't expect it, but don't make the unexpected turn one that I can see. Like, it's a roundabout at this point. Like, I know that, okay, so if I skip the 3/4 of the movie, then this person will be dead. Like, you're giving so much screen time to this character, so I know, okay, they're gonna die. Like, the techniques are not hitting as much. And I don't know if it's my attention span, but do we need to spend the first 30 minutes to an hour of a movie like introducing characters? I feel like if your writing was good, you wouldn't have to do that. Like, you don't need to show me a couple doing a whole grocery haul for the first 30 minutes to show me they're in love. There are so many things you can do to show me that they are in love, if that makes any sense. All of that, I'm not excited to go to the cinema anymore. Like, all these movies, and the way they advertise the movies like, they're constantly, they show me the entire movie in a trailer. So why should I go and spend my £13 to go and watch what you've already told me already? And the whole book to movie adaptation ended. We don't need that anymore. be doing. It's too, because if you're not going to cast the characters correctly, then don't waste my time. Continue to like sorry, if you've enjoyed this video of me randomly talking, like and subscribe, and feel free to let me know in the comments what you think as well, because it's not just me chatting for the sake of chatting. I actually want to engage.